MissMalini, and I write a blog called MissMalini.com. And because I know somebody's going to ask me this later, I'll just get this out of the way. If I get married, it's not going to become MrsMalini.com. It's supposed to be a case study, so I'll just tell you my story. To do a blog, the kind of blog that I do, you have to be pretty okay with everybody knowing everything you do all the time. So I do live my life online, and this is how I do it. This is my blog. I'm sure, hopefully, you guys have seen it. If you have, I write gossip. I get to go to a lot of these parties and cover them. And the most important thing to do when you're trying to create a brand online is really love what it is that you are writing about. So what I'm here to talk about today is how to build and maintain a brand. So the thing about the internet is that there are no real rules right now about blogging. We're making them up as we go along. But there's some really good tools, and the ones that I love to use are, of course, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I use a lot of Photoshop. Please buy a Mac. They're amazing. Even if you are a very PC person, it's changed my life. And pretty much everything you need to know is available online. So a couple of things that are important when you're building a brand are to spread the word, just like Ben said. Use other media, because this is where people are hanging out. They're hanging out on Facebook. So create a Facebook page. Regularly post your links up there. Get on Twitter. One of the things that I learned about Twitter is that if you retweet other people, it will follow you. If there's something going on in the city, if there's traffic, even if it's really arbid stuff, it's the real stuff that people want to hear, things that are happening in your daily life. Feel free. The tweets that most people retweet of mine are really random ones about, something that I saw or a picture that I took. Become a YouTube partner. If you put up enough critical mass on videos, they'll let you become a partner, and then you can actually make some money off YouTube as well. And they'll let you do some branding on top and create some branding spaces for yourselves. A couple of key things to building a brand, especially if you're doing it as an individual and you want to be an opinion leader, is be yourself, be who you really are. This is actually what I do. I go out a lot. I like pink. These are things that are important. Have an opinion on what you write about. There's a lot of Bollywood blogs, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of people write about fashion, they write about gossip, but they just give you the facts. They don't say what they think about it. Have an opinion about it. One of the things that I think that helped my blog a lot is creating an avatar. Now, I don't know whether you think she looks like me. So you can create an online avatar. It creates an identity for you. You may not have that updated picture of yourself that you always want to use everywhere. Don't be afraid of new technology. Some of the things that I've discovered online, for instance, what Naushad is using to film me right now, like a flip video camera, they're amazing. They take high definition video. Watch what other people in your field are doing. Just like Ben said, it's really important to link with them and share links and connect with them. Content is key, so it's very important that whatever content you're putting up on your blog is something that you yourself would like to read. Some of the things, like I said, that have inspired me. Second Life, iJustine basically does videos. She recreates music videos, she writes about her life, she just lives her life online. There's a lot of people now who have these identities online, and people are following them for that reason. Something else that I do on my blog, because I do a radio show, is I mix those things up, and I put up videos of my celebrity guests on my blog. So that's something that Howard Stern, I don't know if you guys, a really interesting thing where he puts a video camera in his radio studio, so you can also see what's going on. And very often when you're listening to radio, you try to imagine what they must be doing in the studio, what they look like. So it's kind of a sneak peek into behind the scenes. So I always find the behind the scenes and the bloopers for movies the most interesting, more than the actual movie sometimes. So Perez Hilton is, of course, a gossip blogger for everything that happens in Hollywood, and he's my inspiration. For MissMalini.com. This is a flip video camera. You can actually customize them to look like anything you want, and next month you can win one, so stay tuned. Convergence of media, I think it's really interesting that everybody and their moms are on Facebook. How many people's parents are on Facebook? How many of you are friends with them? That's a couple of hands went down. But really, everybody's on Facebook. They're on every day. They log on, and that's where they get their information. So it's very important to have your own Facebook account. Create some strategic alliances. So just like Ben said, in my case is Mumbaiker, because they talk about Bombay nightlife as well. French Connection. These are brands that are really good quality, and they help me and I help them. It's great if you can use all of them together. So for instance, I do the radio show, which I put online. I write a column in Midday, which I crop every day, every Saturday, and I put it on my blog. I work with Channel V, I run their digital content, so I create a lot of brand alliances where I get brands who want to promote any product and say I'll give out something on channelv.in and I'll give it out on my blog. People like to Google it, so all the things that Ben told you to do to keep yourself search engine optimized, they want to know now. They don't want to wait to hear about the event in next month's magazine. So the key thing that you can do is if you put up the content right away and you're the first person to do it, you will get retweeted and you will get to Google it, like images as well. So it's very important that you do tag your images in the alt data as well. Other things that I do is something called Friday Club, which is simply put a social network to meet people apart from online. So it's sort of, you know, putting some human interaction back into social engagements, where, you know, we can all go to a small world and go online and make all these friends, but we never really see them, you know, and the whole point is to have a human experience. So I think it's really important to go play outside, make some friends. I think this is amazing that these are, you know, I'm probably friends with half of you in the room on Twitter, but I'm actually getting to interact with you for the first time. So it's one of those things where whatever you're doing, whatever field you're in, if you're writing a technology blog, you're writing about sports, try to engage with the other people in your field who do that and get them to come and hang out with you. It's interesting. They like to talk about the things you like to talk about. Recently, we did a whole bloggers thing for Smirnoff, and we got to go to Bangkok and hang out with bloggers from all over the world, and I met some really awesome geeky people who understand all the language that I use. And if you do that on a regular basis, you'll learn a lot, you'll create some great work network contacts, and you'll make some new friends. A couple of things that you can do to engage with your audience are very important to blog as much as possible. I blog every day, even on Sundays. I'm kind of addicted to it. Sometimes people will go out and I'm like, no, I'm going to go home and blog. Try to be current. If there's something that's in the news, you can very easily in your blog stats see what people are searching for to come. Only post what you would read yourself. Have fun with it. Think of special days, like Christmas is around the corner. It doesn't have to be something that only people do who are, you know, celebrating that particular festival. You can have some fun with it. If you run a technology blog, put a Christmas hat on your logo for the time being. Or just do some fun things. Like for Children's Day, I created a little MissMalini.com and I posted it, and everyone was doing that on Twitter. They had changed their DPs to their baby pictures. People love free shit. If you give away stuff on your blog, they will come back. I've seen this on a regular basis. So if you find people who want to promote a product, you tell them, you know what, I'll write it up for you and just let me give some out. It works for them, it works for you, and people get free stuff. Do your homework. You'll find everything online that you need. Google Analytics, you'll find blog stats. I use WordPress, so that gives me the stats. And every day I check to see if my numbers have gone up or down. It'll motivate you as well. Part of doing what I do is having to be in the right place at the right time. So this is my excuse for being at China House at 3 in the morning, is that Salman Khan might be there. But if you, whatever it is that you do for a living, try to interact with those people. Be in, you know, if you're doing technology, for instance, go to the, that's what IT's team does. She goes and does it down to the Apple store once in a while and sings about their products. Try to get covered by the press, and you know you've arrived when, and this is really funny, I just recently got this from Nitesh on Facebook, and he said that somebody had used my logo top as their wedding invite. So the Chaudhurys created for themselves a little media invite using MissMalini, which I thought was really funny. And most importantly, I mean, we're in a new generation in a fun space. Have fun, don't take yourself too seriously, enjoy it. It's the day and age where you can actually do anything you want and get paid for it, and that's really the beauty of blogging. It's pretty amazing. And